Hi everybody. So let me help walk you through some of these questions. So we're going to use extrapolation to estimate the months that about 80% of the USA will have received at least one vaccine of COVID-19. So let's go to our graph here, and we're going to find United States. So if you go to the list of countries and just hover over the country, you'll find it there. And again, it's an estimate. Today is, well, I've got data up to September 26th, I guess. So if I just hover over that first little dot, I can find USA September 26th. Let's see, about 63.5. So I hope you can see that. And you could use September 25th. It doesn't really matter. But September 26th, I see about 63.5. Let me write that down. September 26th, 63.5%. And then if I just go back here, I'm going to get back to about August 26th and see where we were at. We're at 60.4, right? So August 26th, 60.4. And so in the last month, we've gone from 60.4 to 63.5. And I just want you to notice how these curves go. You know, you've got the vaccine. Look at these curves are not linear, are they? You know, anywhere. There's no country has a perfectly linear curve. I mean, look at the US. It started out, the seniors got a vaccine, and the vaccine production was slow, and the distribution was slow, and then it sped up, and all of a sudden it opened up to lots of people, and then we had a huge uptake of people that were really wanting to get the vaccine, and now it's slowed down again, and maybe you've got people who are a bit hesitant, and then all of a sudden their workplace says, well, you got to get it anyway, and so the hesitancy, people start getting it. There's a lot of factors for why the growth rate of the vaccination in the population is going to be different. There's so many factors. There's the production, the distribution, what groups are really wanted or not. So you can imagine. So extrapolation is, you can see how useful it is in this case that we just kind of look at, well, how's it been going in the last month? And let's kind of project that out a bit. This might be again, it might change to get to 80% because this trend may not continue. It could slope down a bit, but just for fun, we'll use extrapolation and say, look, if we keep going at this rate, when will 80% be fully vaccinated, right? Okay, so we've got our data points there. So I've just seen, this is for the USA in the last month, and our vaccination rate has gone from 60.4 up to 63.5. Well, if I subtract, you can just do that in a calculator, of course, you get 3.1%. So over the last month, we've had a growth rate of 3.1%. This is our average growth rate, right? Or monthly growth rate, you could say. And so we want to get to 80%. So let's do this. 80 minus 63.5, and of course you can just do that in a calculator, and you will get 16.5. So we've got to vaccinate 16.5% more to hit that 80% threshold. And if we're doing 3.1% per month, well, let's just go 16.5, divide that by 3.1 and see what that gets us, right? 16.5 divided by 3.1, whoops, sorry, 16.5 divided by 3.1, and we get 5.3, so it's about 5.3. So 16.5% of the population left to vaccinate to get 80%, 3.1% per month, divide, and that's about 5.3 months remaining, right? Now we're at the end of September, so what month will that be? Well, basically, we'll get to the end of October, November, December, January, February, and then a little ways into March. So somewhere in March, perhaps we'll get to 80% in the USA, right? And that's if we keep going at that rate. If that rate increases, then we could get there sooner. Of course, if that rate decreases, it'll get there later. Or maybe we'll never get there. Maybe there'll be just a lot of folks that just don't want to get it. And so there you go. But that would be using extrapolation to try to say, oh, if we keep going at 3.1%, from this time, we'll get to it in about March, right?